welcome again to Highly Questionable. What's the best thing on our menu today, Bo?
I guess Ben Simmons would probably be it because he's kind of good.
All right, vamos, papi.
Should Steph Curry keep playing through the pain or sit and get well?
The Warriors double-digited the Lakers last night, won by 20 plus. Steph Curry sat out the fourth quarter, as he does many a fourth quarter. Now the conversation is about should he sit out yet more quarters because his shin's bad, and he said after the game that he should probably be out for 4 weeks and might, if he didn't want to keep playing, they can't keep him off the court. All of it, very nice narrative, very nice feeding of the mythology, the adorable MVP playing through anything, but a shin injury isn't going to get appreciably worse. He's not in any actual danger. If he can play and play as well as he's been playing, he should keep playing.
Although, what is he playing for exactly? Like, you see this with the Spurs, you see with the Cavs, the teams that have been through this a few times, they're really not treating the regular season like anything more than what it is, a great big old traveling exhibition. So if you want to keep playing Steph Curry, that's fine. If you want to build the idea that he's playing through pain, I guess that's cool also. But this team last year was very, very healthy, and there were a lot of questions about how well they kept their guys healthy with all their futuristic stuff that you wear in practice. They can test your energy level and everything else. It is a bit surprising that in these games that don't matter that much, they're not taking greater precaution.
One of the interesting things about the Warriors and how they're built is that Steph Curry is on a 4-year, $44 million contract. He is vastly underpaid because there was some danger in gambling on his ankles. You heard about his ankles lately at all? Anything about his ankles? Because he's underpaid because he was an injury risk, and he doesn't appear to be any kind of injury risk.
You know, if I'm playing Steph Curry, you know what I would do? I'll send the guy at the bottom of the roster and tell him you go after his shins. You know, you keep him on the shins. You know, time after time after time.
Kick him on the shins. I mean, Dellavedova has considered that already, right? It doesn't have to be the bottom of the roster. Dellavedova's thought about that.
Back in the day, the top of the roster would have done it. John Stockton would have been the first dude to kick him in the shins.
Do you agree with Magic Johnson that Ben Simmons is the best all-around player since LeBron?
All right, college basketball season, at least thus far, much of the coverage has been the Ben Simmons basketball season, even though his team might not make the NCAA tournament. But Magic Johnson sent a tweet yesterday, and the tweet said that Ben Simmons was the best all-around player he'd seen since LeBron James came straight to the NBA from high school. So who else do you have if it's not Ben Simmons? I mean, maybe you can say Kevin Durant, but have you actually seen Ben Simmons? This is amazing to watch a guy that big facing the basket that sees the floor in the way that he does. I don't think that this is that bold of a statement. Doesn't mean he's going to be LeBron James, but you can see why someone could think that he could be a player on that level.
Magic Johnson is echoing something that a lot of people have said of Ben Simmons. Because he's versatile in a revolutionized basketball game, he can do some things that no longer are all about isolation play. He's hugely versatile. But Bomani, the timing of this is funny. He wasn't that good last night. They beat Kentucky, but he was in foul trouble, and he was pretty pedestrian, and they didn't win because of him last night. LSU's not that good. It was an interesting timing on this because we're just talking about it because LSU won. They didn't win last night because of Ben Simmons.
But nobody could guard him. Like, let's not lose sight of that. Nobody could guard him on that floor. And when he went to the basket, nobody could stop him.
You can't compare anyone to LeBron until he turns his back on his city.
Okay, there he is again. He's never
he
let
did
it go.
already leave Australia to come to the United States, so maybe that fits, right?
Maybe you go back to Australia, you repair everything, and just leave a betrayed Baton Rouge in the rearview mirror.
Does the filing of lawsuits by athletes naming the Al Jazeera's report make them seem less guilty?
Why are you guys doing this? Like, we weren't paying any attention to you guys. You were all hiding behind Peyton Manning. It's all we were talking about. And now Ryan Howard is out there bringing attention to something that I wasn't paying attention to before. The football players indicted by this report, Clay Matthews and James Harrison, Julius Peppers, those guys aren't filing lawsuits. I understand why you're doing this, but it's just a lot of expense. Now you open yourself up to depositions, and I don't feel like anyone cares anymore.
Yeah, Ryan Howard did this. Ryan Zimmerman also did the same thing. But quietly as this happened, the New York Times posted something that said they figured out what the connection was between all these random people that were named by Charles Sly in that Al Jazeera report that he has since recanted. They all worked out with the same trader in Sarasota, and a business in Sarasota associated with that trader magically disappeared after all of this happened. Thank you for filing this lawsuit and reminding us what's going on, because apparently there's more to come, because I don't think somebody did that preliminary level of nosing to find the connection just to say, oh, isn't that interesting, and then walk away.
You mean to tell me that someone in Florida might be connected to HEH? I'm shocked. Not in Florida, no?
We sell that at our traffic lights down here. There's a guy who'll give you some lemons, a bottle of water, and some testosterone.
Is everyone making too big a deal out of this high school coach bumping the ref?
All right, let's go to the grainy video here. Let's analyze this. Big deal, not a big deal. Runs on the court, shouldn't do that. Oh, that's a flop by the ref. That's a flop. That ref just
Let's
made
get
that.
this other angle.
I mean, come on.
He did do the E Honda
Yes.
headbutt on him, though. You have to admit that.
E Honda, nice video game reference.
Yeah, that's what he did there.
But that was also a flop, too. Like, that wasn't a headbutt. Don't make contact with the ref. That goes without saying because he might flop and make it a national scandal for you.
Yeah, but here's the thing. This is at a school in Pennsylvania. Now, that coach there, if that was a player, the discourse surrounding this is completely different because for some peculiar reason, we have a much more lenient standard when adults lose their minds versus the teenagers who are prone, by definition, to lose their minds. Remember this about that high school, though. They had a student editor at their paper very recently who they removed from her job because their mascot is Redskins and she wouldn't print it in the paper. So what do you do to a coach who does something like that when that's how you treat your students?
That was very good analysis. He went deep and societal. Again, I want to point out, that ref flopped. That was floppery by the ref, and he wasn't hit very hard. All very true what he said. Also true, ref's a flopper.
Well, I saw headbutt, so he has ground for a lawsuit.
No,
Are
that
you
wasn't-
telling me?
no, that
I'll
wasn't-
sue the school, I'll sue the district, I'll sue everybody.
Oh, yeah.
I smell some money there.
No, if you think an ambulance chaser has not called Mr. Footlocker, you are crazy. That the wheels are in motion.
I spent 3 weeks walking around saying, you know, boy, I got a headache. I can't turn my neck anymore. My back hurts. You
You'd be
know,
wearing the
get me a
Petrino,
stretcher.
the
Get me a stretcher.
Petrino outfit while suing the district.
Coming up next on Highly Questionable.
Good ending.
This was going
Oh,
on.
Oh, this is unpleasant. Oh, no, what is this?
I can't say his name. I don't know, but
Time to play the game that found a new use for peanut butter this weekend. Do you question?
You give us topics and events. We question them.
Do you question whether this is impressive?
All right, we're taking you out to Maryland Northwestern basketball because they play against each other in basketball now because Maryland's in the Big Ten apparently. Anyway, this is the end of the national anthem. Are we about to laugh at America?
Or the land of the free.
Wow.
I mean, that is impressive, right? Oh, but he's turning colors. Is he going to pass out?
It'll be kind of, I mean, that's how you show your love for America, right? By passing out?
And the home of the brave.
Doesn't change the fact that he didn't hit the note. Like, let's just be clear about that. It doesn't change the fact that he did not get up to the note. You can't make that note longer and obscure the fact that you missed it there, buddy.
Okay, impressive. Also unhealthy, and it felt unsafe. I was worried for the person involved because he looks like me, and when I turn that shade of purple, it's usually because things unhealthy are happening around my organs.
You look like you Luca Brasi when old buddy came behind him with that cord.
He was
That's what he
purple,
looked like.
man. He turned purple.
Well, that's nothing.
Oh,
you want to
no.
see
Here
something
we
real
go.
impressive?
All right, here
And
we
the
go.
land of the free. I think I gotta go to the bathroom. What is it?
Yeah, of course.
Just breathe. All I care about is if you breathe.
Do you question if Jack Sack did the right thing?
All right, we check in with the career of American tennis disappointment. Jack Sock, what do we got here? He is down in the second set.
That was it if you want to challenge it.
Honesty. Telling his opponent to challenge it, saying it was in. Leighton Hewitt saying no.
Well, he's still in the lead?
He's still in the lead. Oh, wow. He was right. Totally
Wow.
A victory for honesty, a nobility, a career achievement.
That reminds me a lot of that one public service announcement where the kid is like, I touched it, coach. I touched it. And I thought that was the dumbest kid I've ever seen. Like, this is a clear indicator of why this dude is such a disappointment in tennis. He ain't never going to get nowhere being like this.
Right.
What are you talking about? You're just giving up found money. Like, what did you prove to me that you're just not in it to win it?
There it is. So much for the nobility of honesty. He's right.
Do you question the goal of this halftime entertainment?
Mavericks Kings. That game went to overtime if you were watching it for some reason. What do we have?
It was a good game, good ending.
This was going
Whoa,
on.
ho, 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 ho,
Oh,
ho.
this is
His name
unpleasant.
is Robert
Oh no,
Moore.
what is
What
this?
do you have to say
I
about
can't say
that?
his name. I don't know, but that should be the
This
play
is
of the
disturbing some torture.
Hey,
Oh
hey.
no!
Look at this dance. Look at this dance. Oh my God.
Whoa, wait a minute, wait.
Oh, what is that?
I don't know what he's doing.
I thought his hand had been placed somewhere else. Hey, triumph of the human spirit.
Hey, very good, very good, very good.
I'm just trying to figure out what response he's expecting after he gave that one right there.
After where that looked like it had been.
This is so inappropriate.
Right there. That right there is the signature move.
I can do that signature move.
Oh, please.
Yeah, let me show you. That's my signature move, you know.
No, Bomani, you don't want to watch the signature move. Bomani, run for your life. What
Somebody
is he-
make sure he doesn't hurt himself.
No! What is that? Don't put that on television!
I've been watching you clocking.
Who me holding down this block, it ain't nothing. You the man, Poppy, now stop fronting.
Ha ha, I like your style.
Nah, I like your style.
Let me drive around a while.
Cool, Poppy.
Here is a thou.
A G, I ride with you for free. I want the long-term riches, OG.
All right, now listen to me. You let them other people get the name. Skip the fan. 10,000 or 100 G. Keep your the same.
On the low?
Yeah, the only way to blow. You let your bubble quietly.
And then you blow.
Yeah, hey. From the Clevelander Hotel on beautiful South Beach, Miami. Time for another one of my seductive interview medleys.
They're not terribly seductive, but they're just some interviews that we've done over the weeks and months. Here are some of the best bits from those interviews. Did you administer a beating while defending your friend against the big boy bully? Did you beat him down? You beat him down.
I totally cheap shotted him. I'm not gonna lie. He was he's just kind of touch her a lot, and she didn't like it, and she would tell me about it, and I'm like, well, you need to stand up for yourself, you know. And so the next time that he did it, she kind of turned around and was like, you need to stop doing that, and he kind of threw an attitude at her. And I was used to be like a little cowgirl, you know. I was like in 5th grade. I was wearing boots, and he had his arms crossed and was facing her, and I was behind him. And I just went from right up the back, right up between his legs with my boots, and dropped him. And he just
with
like,
the boot.
and it was a cheap shot straight from the back.
Yeah,
But I
not
didn't
even-
care.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so-
You said we asked you about fights. They didn't know fight. Like that's a half
Well,
step
it
away
turned
from
into
an
a fight.
execution.
He went down and it turned into a fight.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Hey, he never
Oh
did
wow!
it again.
Wait a minute. So you floored him like that, and then you went ground and pound.
Yeah. I was in 5th grade. It was for a good cause. And actually, I had the administration thank me. I didn't get a write-up because he's had a reputation for doing that through the school.
I was like, how long did it take him to get over that? Because that's a good week of not coming to
A
school
week,
again.
the rest of his life, you scarred that guy. That guy's not the same. He got flashbacks, post-traumatic stress disorder, watching you fight Rousey. Are you a crazy person at your kids' high school football games? Like, well, you'll light up a referee, right? You'll be emotional. You'll light up a referee.
Kids football is the craziest thing I've ever been involved in. It's nuts. Every parent thinks their kid's going to the NFL. Everybody's screaming and yelling. There are almost fights all the time. I've actually been pretty good. I cannot lie to you, I did almost get into a fight with a referee at one of the games a couple years ago. It was very embarrassing. I'm embarrassed by that. I don't regret it, but I'm embarrassed by it. After the game, I had to go jump on a flight for 12 hours to London, England, and think about, what went down in front of all the other parents. And yeah, not one of my best moments, but oh well, it happened.
Over what?
Yeah, we need the details on this. This is soul cracking. You never give us this stuff. Let's go. Give us the shame.
This guy was making bad call after bad call after bad call throughout the entire game and was really, I felt like he was attacking our side and our team. So we had this woman who was the team mom, right? She was the team mom. And her son was running for an incredible touchdown. And you know how you'll run down the sidelines? He was doing it. And he walked by and pushed her out of the way because he was over on the side. And he came back and he said, if you get in my way again, I'm going to knock you down. And I went crazy. Crazy. But
That's just,
I know, but he seemed. Look at him. He's wearing his shame right now.
yeah, but I mean, that's still. I mean, I don't think you need to be ashamed of that one. I'm kind of curious.
No, but I want the details of how.
It was
what
embarrassing.
happened.
I was
What did you
embarrassed
do?
after it all went down. I was.
This is. What
I
want.
started freaking out. I said, I dare you to come put your hands on her again. Do it again. And he said, what, are you threatening me? And I said, am I threatening you? Come put your hands on this woman again and do that again. And this whole thing, you know, starts escalating. And he tried to eject me. I said, you can't eject me. You're ejecting me? Eject me. Come over here and eject me from this field. And, you know, but obviously it's a lot crazier than everything else. I said, I'll see you in the parking lot. All that kind of craziness went down.
Time to play the game that just wants to be romance. See or no?
Romance with peanut butter. You tell us what to watch on TV tonight. We tell you if we're intrigued or not. I'm
That's
sorry.
not what George Washington Carver intended.
Scarred.
On the Big Ten Network, Rutgers at Maryland.
This is So Our Show here. Maryland's very good at basketball, but before this story in our show, we went to a Maryland game for a guy that was singing and almost lost his breath and lung capacity, singing in a Maryland game before actual Maryland basketball, which we are showing you here against Northwestern. This is back and forth. Maryland's good.
Oh.
There's little evidence of that here. I guess there's some evidence
Oh.
of that on the defensive end. It's a good sequence. This is fun. You got to make that shot, though. Oh, refs! The refs are getting tired. No whistles for anybody. There it is. What kind of finish was that? That's great. That was like the entire Oklahoma-Kansas game, except incompetent. Bomani, are you intrigued?
College basketball stinks. Like, I mean, I swear it didn't used to just flat out stink. It stinks.
There it is, a blanket appraisal. Bobby, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued because I'm telling you something. Everybody's talking about Maryland, number 3 in the country, and nobody's paying attention to Rutgers. Well, I tell you something. There is a major upset in the brewing tonight. You know, you got a freshman there at Rutgers by the name of Corey Sanders. He's from Lakeland, Florida. I'm telling you, that kid is a spark plug. He's scoring about 13 points a game. But tonight he's going to hit about 30 points a game.
All right.
10 rebounds and about 5 assists. Corey Sanders, a name that you'll never forget. Lakeland, Florida.
I mean, will you shut up? Like, Corey Sanders was 1 of 8 for 2 points in his last game.
On ESPN, Knicks and Heat.
Oh, my father, not very happy with Dwayne Wade because of the negotiations this summer. Doesn't like it when things like this happen. Dwayne Wade in his last game against the Pacers, the Heat rallied down 18. That's going back into the Wayback Machine there, Bomani.
Yeah.
My father found ways to criticize even that because he's down on Wade and he's unforgiving. Bomani, are you intrigued?
I am intrigued, and I got to say, Dwayne Wade, I hope you're feeling okay after that dunk, because you're not going to convince me that you're not feeling that like all the way until today.
Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. This is an ESPN televised game. I can't wait until the game starts, you know. I mean, if you pay careful attention to the people in the stands, you're going to see him in the stands eating.
Yeah. Yeah, what else would he be doing? Like,
With no shirt on.
Yeah, maybe. That's possible, too. Yeah, there it is. Look, he's practicing. It's sort of like a walkthrough
And
right
apparently
now.
he'll be eating without a fork.
Yeah, pregame shoot-around. Look,
course.
this is what it looks like, yes.
On TV tonight, Jeopardy.
Oh, yeah, I'm always interested in Jeopardy. I'll always stop on that. But there was a sports-related question last night. Look at this.
Colleges by team names for 200. Crimson Tide. Terry. What is Auburn? No.
Steve?
What is Alabama?
The University of Alabama, yes. Terry's going to hear from University of Alabama people on that one.
Oh, that's the one answer you can't give, Terry, you bum. Bomani, are you intrigued?
I am intrigued, and you got to run that back because the most underrated portion of this is the lady in the middle with the negative score who heard him make that mistake, and her face screams
Colleges
out.
by team names for 200.
Let me see the woman.
Crimson Tide. Terry?
What is Auburn?
No. Steve?
What is that?
Right there.
Oh, see,
right there.
it is.
She knew it.
I
She's
mean-
just too slow on the buzzer. Like, I tell you this, though, if you're going to make that face, you might want to get in there before Buddy on the right does.
I mean, with your
A
negative
little less
score.
time emoting, a little more time quoting.
Bobby, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued because, tonight I'm going to watch it because every time I watch this show, I can never get an answer right. But tonight's going to be my night. I'm going to come through tonight.
That sounds like the kind of answer my father would give. I feel like if we wait till the end of the show and we ask him, we could get him on this.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching.
Back tomorrow at the same time. Thanks for watching.
Gracias. See you mañana.
Maybe I should go behind the announcers tonight and start making funny faces.
Bomani, did I tell you the other day that he was...
I'll come with you.
He was
Yeah?
firing Eric Spoelstra the other day while standing right next to Eric Spoelstra's fiance. Standing right next to his fiance, and we came over and we were like, Dad, you got to be quiet. You got to be quiet. That's Spoelstra's fiance. And he kept ripping him. He's still doing this.